Hi everybody, Debbie Warner here for Gina K Designs. Hello Tom, hi Gina, hi everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for our August 2023 fall release. I love fall, it's my favorite season, and we have some really cool stamp sets and die sets to share with you tonight. My stamp set is all about thank you. If you remember, last year I released Big Birthday and it went over really big. So I came back with Big Thanks. This set has all kinds of thank you and thanks greetings, and I have 6 inside greetings as well. Thanks for always being there for me. I am thankful for you and for all the things that you do for me. Your thoughtfulness is greatly appreciated. Thank you, tons and bunches. I am grateful for your kindness and generosity. It truly means so much. And thanks a bunch. I did try to use all different fonts and all different sizes. I have some really big ones, and then I have a couple really tiny ones that can tuck in the corner of a tag or on a card. So let me show you the samples that I created. On my first sample, I used Master Layouts 4 ornamental fans and soft stone to create that panel in the background. I then used our oval shaker die and I cut it out twice, once with white, once with tranquil teal. On the white oval, I went ahead and used summer silhouettes and friendly silhouettes with some of our bright ink colors to create the flowers. The stamp is one of the medium size thanks from the stamp set, and then I actually finished it off with some clear dewdrops. On this card, I went for a tone-on-tone look with key lime. I did use the leafy stencil in the background. It is kind of hard to see because it's very faint, but I did use key lime ink on the key lime cardstock. I used Botanical Duo and then cut it out in white and colored it with alcohol markers. Tried to get as close to key lime as I could. I used white embossing powder on some black cardstock with that greeting, and then I finished it off with some of our black pearls. On this card, I used pine trees from Hannah's new set, Nature Walk. The greens I used are Christmas pine, dark spruce, fresh asparagus, and then for the background in the sky, I did use Masking Magic in a small circle die to create the moon, and I blended with some dark sage. This is a great flat masculine card, easy for mailing. On this card, I used the butterfly and flowers from You Give Me Butterflies. The colors I used for the butterfly are light carnation, dusty rose, and peach bellini. I used grass green on the leaves, and the flowers are coral reef, sweet corn, and peach bellini. I used a triangle from Master Layouts 13, the one with the stitching, and then I stamped on it with bitty backgrounds and sweet corn with the polka dots, just to give it a little more interest. And then I finished it off with our black pearls. On this full front shaker card, I used Hannah's butterfly from Nature Walk, and my rainbow is Tangerine Twist, Wild Dandelion, Grass Green, Blue Raspberry, Wild Lilac, and Cherry Red. I did use the fizzy stencil to create the rainbow in the background. And I actually painted the butterfly using our inks and a little bit of water. I used Master Layout 7 for the greeting and finished it off with clear quartz sequins. On this card, I used Craft White and Warm Cocoa for my cardstock, white embossing powder for my greeting. I used our Spectacular Sunflower stencil with white pigment ink. And then for the yellow, I tried sweet corn and I thought it was a little too light, so I went back in with some wild dandelion. The center of the sunflower, it looks red, but it's actually Tangerine Twist. And first I did the solid circle with warm cocoa. Finished it off with some of our pearls. On this card, my colors are ivory and dark chocolate. I used the skeleton leaf stamp set and our Swiss dot embossing folder. Finished it off with some brown twine I had in my twine stash. On this card, my colors are turquoise, sea, and white. I did use vellum as well. I cut out using Master Layouts 10 that frame out of vellum and then flipped it over and used white pigment ink with our water droplet stencil. I did have to let that dry, then I flipped it over and attached it to a panel that I had embossed with our Petite Flourish embossing folder. I did cut out 3 of the feathers from Fancy Feathers, 1 in vellum, 1 in turquoise sea, and 1 in white. Finished it off with our solid clear quartz sequins. I made 2 tags, one with a large greeting and one with a small thank you greeting. The leaves that you see here are a new die set that Gina's going to tell you about in just a few minutes. It was so much fun to work with, and I used a lot of our autumn colors to create these beautiful leaves. So there you have my samples. I hope you enjoyed them. As always, I love making cards. I had a lot of fun making them and getting to use all different products with my stamp set. This was my favorite one this time. I really like the stencil and I love white pigment ink, and I think it looked really great on the craft, so that was my favorite. One of the girls in the office had asked me if I would create a word give, so it could be paired with thanks in this set or some thanks that you might have in some of the other sets you have at home. So there you have it. Thank you so much for joining us. Please share your work in our group. We always love to see what you do. And we will catch you next time. Thank you.